Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little, juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are in the world. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juicy little hearts. Thank you, little hearts. You're delicious and bright. You know something, my delicious little babies? Oh, I love little piggies. It's just figure of speech, but I'm sweating like a PRG. So what I've got to do is I've got to change my top when I come off the video to you, my little beautifuls, okay? Now then, so I'm just going to have a little natter today, okay, my delicious little babies, because if I was to write down every single video that I was listening to, my delicious little babies, I'd just drive myself stir crazy, and then in the process, I will then also drive yourselves stir crazy, my delicious little babies. Oh, I will drive yourselves rewind, stir crazy, my delicious little babies. Now then, I've got my lovely and dear little friend Kaz. Good afternoon, our dear little friend Kaz. How are you? How's your beautiful self and your beautiful family?
Well, I's fine.
I's fine.
Right. Well, my family, they're better than
They're better than me. There we are then. Yeah. Okay. So I did say to me lovely dear little friend, dear little Kaz, I did say if she wants to join in with the convo, then she's more than welcome to. But if she does not, well, that's also wonderful and delicious as well. Because when I come off the camera to you all my delicious little babies, I'm going to be making my salmon patties. Okay, my delicious little babies. So we're going to be having some delicious salmon patties. And then some delicious Mediterranean salad, because that is me dear lovely little friend Kaz's favourite salad as well. Okay, my delicious babies as well as myself. I love that salad. It's so fresh, with the lamb and with everything in it. It's just delish. Anyway, so what do I want to talk about now? Yeah, so I'm going to tell you the truth now, my delicious babies, okay? Because I do not want to come on the camera and just spend all my time moaning, although I do love a moan. I actually say a moan a day. It keeps the you're not so friendly quacks away. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? But I feel like I'm getting to, there we are, to fever pitch. You give me fever, doom, doom, doom. What was the year of that song? Okay. Anyway, my delicious little babies, yes. So, but on a serious note, I'm getting to fever pitch. And the reason why I'm getting to fever pitch, my delicious little babies, and that doesn't mean no, just got an itch, is because, I was too busy yesterday to do my video, my delicious little babies. I was trying to find a gardener, okay, because everybody knows on my road that I always have a lovely, well-maintained garden, front and back, my delicious little babies. I have got some flowers to plant, but I'm not going to be able to get round to do it today. Anyway, my delicious little babies, okay, so I thought, well, I've got to go and find a flipping gardener now. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, paid 30, ka-ching, 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 and he did it all and sorted out the weeds for me, and, because we have to, get rid of the weeds, because some in the world just seem to keep coming back, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so did all that. So I was, and then it's when I'm cleaning windows. So I was cleaning all my windows, my delicious little babies, okay, sweeping the path, doing everything. So it was just a busy day, okay, my delicious little babies. And I just thought, no, I just was not in the mood to come on my camera, my delicious little babies, not because of yourselves. So thank you for any views, for any likes, and for the occasional comments. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I so appreciate it, and I'm most thankful. So thank you. I'm just going to say this one good thing. So I was listening to our lovely UK column yesterday, and the dear lady's called Professor Diana McCaddy Rimusan. Anyway, it was a lovely convo. I really enjoyed it. And I always put, thank you, dear, UK column, and God bless to you all, okay, with their own giddy God, yes? Anyway, and like I do with anybody, it's the God within, do you see? Anyway, my delicious babies. And I received a little comment back, and thank you for your support. I thought that was so beautiful. So thank you, our lovely Diane, from our lovely UK column, bless you. Yes, that's really lovely. It's a personal touch. You know what I mean? It's a personal touch. I said that. It's just so wonderful and delicious. So thank you. Ah, our little lovely that you are, bless you. Because she's gone through a terrible time as well. You know, to do the because she got a job with the UK column, bless. But because she never agreed, you know, dear Diane in the UK column, sorry, because she never agreed with what was going on, you know, in these universities and everything. Well, you know, so bless her, she got it as well, mad little babies. You see what I mean? But ones need to understand what's going on in these poxy flipping universities now. Do you know what I mean? Like, you cannot say this, you cannot say that. Oh, so anyway, so that's that. So, bless you, our lovely dear little Diane and our lovely dear little UK column, bless. Anyway, and then I want to say something else, which is really beautiful and delicious, you know, and of course with anybody not in that way, but our lovely, I went on to our lovely davidike.com yesterday evening. I sent you all, dear little Kaz, I sent you all this video. I sent it to everybody in my dog and bone, which isn't a lot because that's just the way, there we are, I choose that to be. Do you see what I mean, mad delicious babies? Anyway, yeah, yesterday. And what happened was...
11.
Have you got 11? I've sent 11 videos, man. Delicious little baby. I sent them to everybody anyway. And so it was our lovely dear David's dear little son, Jamie, and he was covering for his dear dad, David, on Thursday with the dot connector. And anyway, do you know something? It was, what was it? 11 minutes, 35 seconds, this little video was. And thank you to our lovely dear little David, our lovely dear little Gareth, sorry, our lovely dear, I never needed to stumble there, our lovely dear little Jamie, our lovely dear little Richard, and their lovely little Chrissy, okay? Peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to everybody, okay? Anyway, and yeah, and this short video, but do you know something? I felt emotional, dear little Kaz and Mad Delicious Little Babies. I felt really emotional listening to this little video. And I felt that emotional that I listened to it twice. But how beautiful. It was so well put together. I'll get you to listen to it, dear. It's only 11 minutes, 35 seconds, but well worth. I sent it to you all. It's just so beautifully, there we are, put together. And it made me feel, oh, got an itch, and it made me feel really, I know, I've got an itch, made me feel just emotional, like I got a lump in my throat. So thank you to our dear Jamie, bless you, okay, to his dear dad's, website, our lovely davidike.com. And of course, they've got our lovely Iconic. I've listened to their video this morning as well, Mad Delicious Babies. I listen to it every day. I always put a lovely comment. But what I mean by God bless is everybody's God within, do you say? Anyway, I only mean well, okay? But it was so... I found it very heartwarming and very touching. That's the best words to use. And I would really like anybody else, please, to go on to our lovely davidark.com. You know, David Ark is his first name, bless him, and his surname together, then .com, just so that you can listen to it, you know. It was so beautiful, made so much sense. It gave me like a lump in my throat. It made me feel emotional, but in a good way. It's really hard to explain. Do you know what I mean, dear little Kaz and Mad Delicious Little Babies? That's what I mean by that anyway. So let me now continue to have my moan. So thank you. So now I'm going to start moaning now.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Oh, God, yeah. So what am I going to say? So, yeah. So first things first. So they're saying, you know, because of this zazums in the sky, which they've been doing for decades, changing the weather. It's called weather modification, Mad Delicious Little Babies. Okay? But what are they saying now then? I've sent the video to you all from Redacted and from, was it Iconic as well? Anyway, my point is, now they're saying that they're going to be experimenting and dimming the sun. Now, I do already know about this, but like I said, I didn't do any video yesterday, Mad Delicious Little Babies. Okay? Well, let me tell you what I'm going to say. If everybody just gets together, not in a violent way or anything like that, right? Put a stop to this damn shit. Mad Delicious Little Babies, I'm not pointing at you because that's rude. Put a flipping stop to this shit. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay? And they're trying to make out, listen to this, our dear little Kaz and our delicious little babies. They're trying to make out that, oh, they're only just starting it. No, they're not. They've been doing this for decades. They've been, you know what I mean? Going up in the scar. And yesterday evening, I was sending a comment to another lovely and delicious uploader, my delicious little babies, okay? Well, he is delicious actually, and but he's the only one who I think is absolutely wonderful and delicious. Our dear little Kaz, she knows who it is, my delicious little babies. Okay, anyway, and what did I see in the scar? It's the same colour as my latte here. You know, up in the scar, dear little Kaz. What did I see in the scar? I seen it looked like this colour, this colour light, just like that in the scar, and then it disappeared. My delicious little babies. Anyway. But they've been putting these up now, for decades. And yet when you tell others, I mean, ones are starting to wake up to it. They are. They're beginning to see it, okay? But when I was telling ones years ago, nobody was listening to a damn word I was saying, my delicious babies, okay? They just look at me like I've got two heads and they start laughing their head off.
I've been seeing that since I was a little girl.
Yeah. You see? So the fact of the matter is, my delicious babies, this must, there we are, be put a stop to. Okay? Then so let's just change the subject, my delicious babies, okay? Anyway, they don't want us to have sun, it seems, my delicious babies, okay? Which of course, it's all ding, ding, dong, dong, which we know, common sense. You know what I mean? It's common sense. We need the sunlight for, especially, like a little tomatoes and all things and fruit, everything. You need, and crops, sunlight. Not a frost, I mean, like I bought some spuds. I had my little Waitrose shop the other day, and I've done my spuds. It's the red skin spuds, yeah. And anyway, but you should see the size of them. These spuds are very small. They're not as large. And it's like when I get the organics, I got the organic. I made a lot of soups this week, and delivered them. My delicious babies, free of charge. I'd just like to share, you know what I mean, if I can, and if I feel like I'm going to help somebody. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, I can. But so far, they seem to, the favourite is potato and leek soup. That's their favourite. Okay, right, okay. It's because it's got the spuds in it, so it's thicker, Anyway, but even with the spuds and everything, and the organic onions, because I've got red and brown onions, they're only tiny. I'll show you, dear little Kaz, you only get tiny ones. And then I had the organic celery. Well, that's rather long, so that's grown well. But the point is that they're totally ruining things. My delicious babies, my dear little friend Kaz, yes?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And ones are just walking around, for some, there we are, well, I suppose we have to say bless, totally oblivious to all of this, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm done saying now? So anyway, I'm sort of reaching, what I'm doing is, like, I'm going to repeat it again, I'm reaching effing fever pitch, there we are, effing fever pitch here. And I'm getting so damn well flipping frustrated, so let's change the subject now, go over to Trouble Trump. And lean on must go, yeah. Oh, yeah, so you know about this as well, dear little Kaz, yeah. Okay, so what is it going to take? And I am pleased because more are waking up now to this flipping shart. But what is it going to take for ones to understand now? I've never known, and I'm not just saying it, my dear little friend Kaz and our delicious little babies out there, right? I've never known, I'm not talking about anybody who knows about this, my delicious little babies, or yourselves, okay? I'm talking about ones who I've never known such effing, there we are, brain dead. Mankind, right, in my life, my delicious little baby, just an effing brain dead, man. What is the matter? You just feel like you just want to shake common sense into ones. And of course, they're still trying to push all this effing flipping digital and all this chat. And you're still seeing in the shops, aren't you, dear little Kaz and our delicious little babies? You're still seeing in the shops, they're going bleep, bleep with a flipping dog and bones. Do you know what I mean? It's very rare that I'll ever use my card. Usually I like to work with cash. Occasionally I use my card. But I do my best to use cash, ka-ching. You see, okay? But they're still trying to push, and Trouble Trumpy cannot do no wrong. But, but yeah, do you see what I'm saying, dear little Cash? Yes?
He's just on TV telling people these things. And it's not true.
Yeah, that's right. And what about this $5,000, ka-ching, to have a baby? Hold on. How many in the world, dear Kaz? Sorry, sweet, to rudely interrupt our delicious little babies. How many in the world have been effing jibby jab man? How many?
No.
So what? Now they want to be paying change, isn't it? Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. $5,000 for ones to have a baby. And that's sounding very much like China. Okay, my delicious babies, like I said, nothing against the Chinese. This is nothing against dear Kaz and our delicious babies. Nothing against them personal. I'm talking about the damn well poxy flipping government now, is what I'm done talking about here, right? So they say, when you can have a baby, when you cannot have a baby. Not to mention that when little baby comes out blessed, because any beautiful baby is a blessing, as we all very well know. However, what complications, what illnesses is that little baby going to have if their dear mum and their dear dad have been flipping effing jibby jab, man? And I do know, actually, which I do, dear little Cass, I do know some little babies, say you compare it to a little baby, okay, who has not, like, mummy or daddy has not taken anything, okay? So this is nothing against anyone who's taken, okay? I'm just pointing something out now. The little baby who has not had anything passed on to them, they're perfectly fine, so they're not getting poorly and things like this now. But I noticed since the rollout that mummies and daddies who very sadly took the jibby jab, that their little babies come out, and what were they getting? Things like, which you never used to, it's very rare you ever used to hear of, thrush in the mouth, which of course is fungi, it's fungal. Well, aloe vera will, clear most of that up now to little babies. I never needed to stumble there. And they're getting all other illnesses. And I noticed that some little babies, blessed, their mummies and daddies were having to take them to the hospital. They're always picking up something. Because very sadly, and this can happen if one has been jibby jabbed and one has not been jibby jabbed, okay? So it can happen that way as well, my delicious babies. I was done doing videos, wasn't we, dear little Kaz, about 2.5 years ago now, discussing all of this, okay? This is why, and then you've got the younger generation. Have you heard this as well, dear little Kaz? You've got our delicious babies, then you've got the younger generation. They're scared now. They're scared to meet somebody else in case they've been... This is very serious, my delicious babies, what's gone on. And to tell you the truth, sorry, excuse me, my delicious babies. And I'm going to be telling you the truth. It would frighten the laugh out of myself. Because I'm so sorry, and I'm not saying this to hurt, offend, or upset anybody who has taken the jibby jab, okay? I am not here to upset anybody. I would never do that. My heart goes out to everybody, apart from the effers who are pushing it now, like the poxy box in the corner of the room and certain different platforms on YouTube and elsewhere, okay, all pushing this shit, okay? But the fact of the matter is this, at the end of the day, the youngsters now, and for myself, there's no way on this earth you would ever see myself go with anybody who's been jibby jabbed. Not a chance.
That's what it's like now.
Yeah, that's what it's like now.
It's like now because everybody's not going to go with that person.
Yeah.
Or you're going to ask the person,
have you been injected?
And if the person says, yes, I'm sorry.
It's really bad, yeah.
And it's bad to say that because you like that person.
Yeah, you could.
You could have fallen in love with that person.
Yeah.
And then because of one injection.
But the other thing on top of this, how long, very sadly, unless they've had what I call the dummy injection, which I was done saying long time, and then a month later somebody must have seen one of my videos and then it come out on a bit sheet. There we are. And I remember that very well, okay? Believe me on that one. But yeah, but what it is, is how long is the lifespan of somebody? So you could wake up one morning, bless, you could be truly, madly and deeply in love with somebody, and you wake up and bless them, they passed away right next to you.
That's what happened to.
I'm not shouting at you,
Maxine-
Martin, little babies or dear little
next
cats, no.
door.
Sorry, say that again, please, sweet.
Maxine's door next door.
So can you speak up just a little bit?
Oh,
just so that they can
sorry.
hear. So because dear little Cass, she always talks
My cousin,
lower.
My cousin's
Bless, thank you, dear
next
little
door neighbour.
Yeah,
He died
yeah,
2 weeks ago.
yeah,
All because he was frightened to go to the doctors.
yeah.
And he was standing here now, but what it was, he had an infection.
Yeah.
And it went through his liver.
Yeah.
Badly. And apparently told that he's got cancer. So it spread.
Fungal.
He died in his sleep.
So. And of course, with livers, as we very well know, they can repair themselves. Yeah. They're one of them, like with the heart, that cannot repair itself, okay? So once the damage is there we are, then the damage is there. But with a liver, it can repair itself. But I'm sorry to hear about that bad news.
Fat around my liver.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know I had that.
No.
Fat around my liver. So, it's that it'd be all right. It's not that. But they'll give me some tablets, to say to wear it down.
That's right, yeah.
Down, you know what I mean? So that's what they can do. I have a bit of a heart problem, and which I forgot completely.
So you've got a bit of a heart problem, yeah.
Bit of a heart problem, which I forgot completely.
Yeah.
I never let it dawn on me.
No.
I just leave it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what to do, whatever. But there's a lot of people, especially with the Alzheimer's is getting worse.
Yeah, it's very bad, yeah.
Alzheimer's.
Which of course, there is a way to reverse the Alzheimer's and the dementia, my delicious little babies, okay? But I just need to get back to this. Thank you so very much, our dear little Cash, for explaining that and talking about your own conditions. Bless your beautiful dear little soul, okay? But getting back to these young ones now. So the young ones. That was Cliff Richard, wasn't it, Martin? Yeah. Babies. Is it Sir?
Sir?
I don't believe anybody should be called a Sir anywhere. Martin Babies, okay, a bit above their stations, if you ask me. Anyway, my delicious little babies. So getting back to these young ones, I mean, what kind of life are they going to live if they're frightened to meet somebody, because they want to protect their own health, and rightfully so. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, this is extremely serious. I mean, you got little babies, little young little bands, you got little teenagers and ones in their 20s and 30s who are passing away because of something, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is very serious indeed. And anybody who I know, dear little Kaz and our delicious little babies, okay, who've had it, they're suffering some sort of health issue. And say, for example, if they get a cold, that's what I was hearing a lot about. If they get a cold, it's like, it's not just a cold, it's like the full blown, they cannot get out of bed for weeks. My delicious little babies, compared to like before, you could just, get a cold and things like that now then, and you cure it with like honey, lemon and ginger, grapefruit, orange juice, you know what I mean? And things like this now then, yes, okay? And, something else if you happen to have sinuses or, chest issues, but I cannot say what it is because otherwise they'll remove it from the old pharmacies, my delicious little babies. And it happens to be one of the most natural, okay, that you would ever wish to find in a pharmacy, my delicious little babies. Anyway, you know what it is, don't you, my dear little Kaz, yes? No, don't say it, please, sweet, because otherwise ones won't be able to buy it. I wish I could tell you, my delicious little babies, but then that's what they do. They, what do they call it? Discontinuing the product. My delicious little babies. Yeah, they discontinue anything that would help you. There we are. Anything that would help you. You see, and then they discontinue it.
It's for them to make money.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay, so let's go back now. Let's switch back over now to flipping Trouble Trump. Yeah, and what he's doing. When a one's going to, I'll just get to the point, isn't it? Wake the effing hell up. I'm not shouting at you, Mads, little babies. Go, wake the effing hell up. Okay? He's trying to lock in, you know, and what about these poxy flipping Trouble Trump coins and all of this shit now then? Well, what is wrong? I just don't, you know.
I can't be bothered to listen to it sometimes.
No.
I just turn on and do it.
But to be honest with you, himself and that putrid, you know, Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
They're very narcissistic, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
And not only that, they do not lack criticism. Don't criticise my friends. Don't criticise my ideas. Yeah, okay? And of course, they're all for flipping poxy Israel. You know what I mean, mad little babies? I'm just done saying it. And it's paying me off, you know, and listen to videos. Even when I listen to videos, you know, that I really love it. You have to keep listening to this same effing shit continuously. It's paying me off, man. Do you know what I mean? Dear little Kaz and our delicious babies. It's pissing me off. I'm done saying it, man. And then finally, my delicious babies, okay? Yeah, I talked about this months ago. In fact, I do believe I sent the video out to everybody on one of my dog and burns, you know, because I seem to go through dog and burns like nobody's business, my delicious little babies. Anyway, I don't know why that is, but anyway. And to do with this, I'm pretty sure, because I need to go back in my book, 9 million. That's what they wanted. 9, look at the number 9 million in the middle of a desert in Saudi Arabia. Do you remember when I was talking about this? Yeah, okay. And that was months ago, okay? Well over, was it a couple of years ago? I talked about it, and it's on our lovely, iconic Space Gareth Space Ark. If you type that in, you'll be able to find them on YouTube. Dear little Kaz, because you know that I always send you the videos anyway, so dear little Kaz, she knows I always send her the videos. But it's very hard to find. If it's just iconic, it's going to come up with flipping hair straighteners. Okay, so we're not alike in that. What we want is, you know, iconic Space Gareth Space Ark, and that's when on old YouTube in the space bar you will then see their lovely channel. They're up to is it 6.1? Is it 1,000 now or something? Anyway, the numbers are climbing up, and the same with our lovely, so they're so lovely, and our lovely UK space column Space News on older YouTube as well. My little babies, their numbers are really going up as well. Are they at 6,000 or is it 5,500 or something? Anyway, I'm super duper deliciously happy about that. Anyway, but finally, yeah, because that's what I was talking about. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, dear Jamie and dear Richard this morning, they're absolutely banging correct here on this now. Yeah, you see, yes, we do focus on China, okay, but there is a lot to do with Saudi Arabia. Now, if you remember, I sent you a video about this, dear little Kaz, delicious little babies. I'll just explain. The last time when Trouble Trump was in power, okay, I got the power. Do you remember that song? Dear little Kaz, delicious little babies. Anyway, and he went to Saudi Arabia, and he had the sword, you know, not meaning that in the wrong way, you know, a sword. And he was there, you know, as if to say, the way that I've seen it, the way it come across to myself, it's like, I've got the power. But really, it's not Trouble Trump, because he too is a little lackey for we know who. So at the end of the day, you know, it is, they're just done telling it, really. Do you know what I mean? Even the Saudis, they haven't got the power either, my delicious little babies, okay? So the fact of the matter is, we must see now, there we are, what the effing hell is going on here. And of course, I mentioned it, I talked about it. I talked about the flying cars. Do you remember? Yeah. It would only last, 156 kaching grand, okay? It only seats 2, and it only lasts for 35 minutes. So who, in the right mind, a flying car? A flying car. Well, if you were a taxi driver, you wouldn't last effing 5 minutes, would you?
So you mean to say everybody will make this a road?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
It's
Maybe-
mental.
They've been watching the film called The Fifth Amendment.
The Fifth Amendment.
They've
The
been
fifth what?
watching-
Sorry, dear Cass. Could you repeat
Amendment.
that, please?
The Fifth Amendment with
The
Bruce
Fifth
Willis.
Amendment with
Yeah.
Bruce Willis. Because dear little Cass, she's well into her films, okay?
Right.
She's got
It's,
tons of them. Yeah. Yeah.
They're- when you look at them like this,
Yeah.
people ordering from they're all up in the sky
Yeah.
like a road
Yeah.
and taxi on the road
Yeah.
up on the sky
Yeah.
and ordering their meals. I said,
Yeah.
you know, to me, I think, whatever next?
Yeah,
You know,
it's
people
mental.
have that idea.
Well, it was only a few days ago. Sorry to rudely interrupt you, my dear little Kaz and our delicious babies. A few days ago, there was army. You know the army. You're in the army now. Army planes coming in. My delicious babies. Sorry, I've just got to put you on pause. I'm sorry, my delicious little babies. I'm sorry about that, my delicious little babies. My dear little friend Kaz, she's just had to take a phone call. Now then, my delicious little babies. So yes, just to finish our lovely little video today, to my beautiful and delicious and wonderful little subscribers and whoever happens to be passing, because there's always somebody who's listening, my delicious little babies. So a few days ago, there was army planes coming in, my delicious little babies, okay? There was at least 2 that I saw going into Birmingham Airport, my delicious little babies, okay? They're very clear to see, these army planes, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm done saying now? Yes. But there seems to be an awful lot of traffic in the sky, my delicious little babies. You honestly, and my dear little Kaz and our delicious little babies out there, wherever you are in the world, you'd be really super duper surprised at how busy it is up in the sky, my delicious little babies. So it's very busy down here. I've spoken to some lately, some mankind, bless, and we seem to be hearing a theme here, which is that driving a car, your wheels, is not a pleasure anymore, because there appears to be the ones who are speeding, you know, them speeding, which what I said. You've also got a lot of traffic on the road, haven't you? So you've got a lot of traffic, so it's not like you can put your foot down, and even if you do, there's usually a poxy flipping camera that gets ready to click, you're on candid camera. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? I spoke to somebody the other day, they were talking about the motorway. Now, for most, and actually my dear dad, he prefers to use the motorway. He said there's less accidents on the motorway than what there would be on the road. Yeah, and and the fact of the matter is that even with that, I mean, I forgot who I've been talking to now. I forget, because you know what, I talk to that many. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, not being disrespectful to any one of them. It's just I just forget who I've spoken to. You know, and anyway, and they happen to say that it's just not a joy. To go on the motorway, even the motorway, because you have to keep at this poxy speed, okay? And I said, do they still have the cones? You know, and there's no workmen, but there's plenty of cones, which is slowing everybody else down. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But this is what they do. They do everything in their power to F everybody else up. This is what they do. But if everybody just got together and said, no, then where are these little effers and the flipping lackeys going here now? Oh, and one last thing, that poxy putrid PRRCK Starmer. Oh, right. So it wasn't so long ago that he couldn't even identify a woman. Well, last time we looked, we are all woman, aren't we? Yes, dear little Kaz, she's having a look as well. We are all woman. Okay? Yeah, dear little Kaz, she's just checking that she's still a woman. Okay, my delicious babies. Oh, well, it wasn't so very long ago that he couldn't answer the question. old Keir Starmer now.
You couldn't answer the question.
Couldn't answer the question that what is the definition of a woman? Well, come on. A woman has boobies and a woman has a bum. Well, men have a bum as well, don't they? And they have a free card. And women have a little lettuce.
The only thing
Right?
is between our legs.
Yeah.
That's the only thing what's different.
Mm.
And our chest.
Yeah.
They have the same chest, only that ours grow with, milk bag.
Mind you, there are some men. I mean, I do feel sorry for them. This has been happening a long time as well, years. I don't know if you know, dear little Kaz. They got man boobs.
Oh yeah.
Man boobs.
Yeah, because what is right?
Sorry about delicious babies.
They have
It's like more
tissue.
That's right. Yeah.
Them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with us, because we grown.
Yes.
Ours is grown. Because I call them milk bag.
Yeah.
Because that's what we carry. That's what we are. Milk bag.
Yeah. Milk bag. Milk bag.
We are milk bag.
Yes.
Because that's what you.
That's what they. Yeah, but that's what they were designed.
That's designing it.
They were designed.
So milk bag.
Yeah.
Just like coal.
Yeah.
Have coal bag.
Yeah.
So we have milk bag, don't it?
Yes. So, milk bag. So you see,
when you have that,
yeah,
you should grow back down.
Yeah, because once you've,
Once
the milk has gone, then it goes,
no,
yeah.
It's still same way.
And of course, with women, of course, it's also classed as when you're in a loving relationship, where...
Because men love women's breasts.
Yes.
Right? They love women's breasts.
They do.
Right?
And the
That's
bum.
why I call
Yeah,
them
and the bum.
Milk bag.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Milk bag.
Because I like to have a little suckle.
Correct.
Yeah. It's true.
Correct. So these are milk bag,
Yeah.
But men really say, oh, they're really nice.
Yeah.
And go, oh, what about we?
Yeah.
What's gorgeous on them? You see what's gorgeous on them, you probably find is between their damn legs, which is a dick. One dick.
The free card.
That's all.
Well, slap that. Right, so yeah. Yeah.
Not their bums or anything.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know because well, there's only one man who I'd love to see his bum. Let me tell you.
Because you like to feel his bum.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know about the dick part.
Oh, dear little Carl.
The dick part, yes. Right. I mean, that's women. That's what.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It's
The
natural.
thing that women really fancy with a man.
Yeah.
Right. Is his physique.
Yeah.
In every woman.
But you're looking at the whole package.
Yes.
You're not just looking at looks and the body. You're looking at the whole package and what you have in common.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. But the man, no. You look at the size of your butter.
Yeah.
And your breasts.
That's right. That is very, there we are. That is very true.
Right. Your
It's like before they even clock your birth race, they're looking, they sort of, instead of looking here, they look there.
The milk bag.
But saying that, I see that as being, on a serious note, dear little Kaz and our delicious little baby's cat, I see that as being healthy.
It is healthy.
It's healthy. I mean, please don't get me wrong. If you're married and you're carrying on like that, no. But what I'm saying is, it is healthy for
all of them.
yeah.
But them gay people, that's a different matter. Because they don't know them as to the elbow.
Yeah.
Which is true, they don't.
And that's a shame because, I mean...
What it is, they grew up thinking that they're supposed to be girls or the girls supposed to be boys.
Yeah.
Right? And you think to yourself, why do you want to be a boy?
Yeah, it's a bit,
It's a bit confusing, actually.
It is. I feel sorry because I've seen a lot of stories, and by the way, this is nothing against anybody who's gay out there. I just make that point. It isn't, but I do feel sorry. I've seen many documentaries over the decades where they have gone through a very hard time for some of them. Very, very sad.
Shireen's friend years back
Yeah.
around, and I asked her a question.
Yeah.
I said, "What make you want to be,
Yeah.
a boy. And she
Yeah.
says she was just
Boggles.
grow up, she didn't want to be a girl at all.
Mm.
I said to her, but that's the beauty of it, being a girl. But she said, yeah, but you gotta have babies. So that's what we are designed.
Yes.
I said, do you know? I said, we are designed to have
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
Right? And God knows we are beautiful to have it.
That's
and
right.
To carry it.
Yeah.
To
And
feel another human being.
that's right. And it's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
But
to sit there and see go around and
yeah.
everywhere. You know what I mean? But it's nice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I know we have to go through pain because
you do.
Eve decided to take the apple.
Eve decided to
She craved before she leave the apple alone.
Yeah.
No. Every woman who born on the earth had to suffer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she supposed to suffer now? Because she on the apple. I didn't eat no apple.
I didn't eat that.
I didn't eat no apple, but I was suffer with it. Right? Yeah. You didn't eat no apple, but you have to suffer.
No. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Child labour, let me tell you. I mean, I've got to be honest, I can take I stayed silent. I wasn't one of these, screamy women.
Yeah.
Where they go, I wasn't one of those. I was very silent. I silently took the pain, mad, delicious little babies. So I was a super duper trooper.
Shireen was good.
Yeah.
Shireen was good.
Yeah.
When she had her too, she was good. Yeah. I was there for Eden.
Yeah.
She was good when she was,
Yeah.
And then, had Eden.
Yeah.
And Ian, wow, he was a big baby.
Yeah.
Because he was 8 pounds out.
Well, my dad was, my dear dad was, he was £9. He was £9 when he was born, yeah. Well, and my beautiful little nanny, my nanny and granddad, so I've already said good morning. Well, she was only very slim. And very petite, but she didn't need a cesarean or anything like that. She gave birth naturally.
But my mum, right.
And that's another talk for another day, my delicious babies. You know what I'm going to say.
She had me,
yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Because I was born 8 pound 3.
Yeah.
My brother was 9 pound 4.
Yeah.
I said, crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
When I had, there's about how the hell do you push that? Him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he says, well, I said, well, it's true.
Yeah.
The size of you.
See, both of my baby daughters were one was just a little bit higher than the other. They were only born rather small. But they were both born, listen to this, the same length. So they were both, when they were born, years apart, but they were both the same length, just slightly different, but they were only tiny. Do you know what I mean? I didn't have big babies, but I was only very small anyway. Yeah. No, I won't say on the camera. No, delicious baby. No, dear little Kaz, I didn't mean that. You know what I mean? It's just that's personal for myself and my beautiful little baby daughters. But anyway, dear little Kaz, is there anything else that you want to? Because we've been talking about let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. What year is that song, man? Delicious little babies.
Breast bug.
Yeah. That's it, and that's how we're going to leave it. So a woman is a woman and a man is a man. But it shouldn't have to go through, as well, the courts to say what is a woman and what is a man. This is damn silliness now.
Went through the court. In
and they're praising Trouble Trump. Sorry to rudely interrupt you, my dear little cousin, our delicious little bag. They're praising Trouble Trump over there born in the USA. They're praising him because, he's put this through. It seems to run parallel with old England and old America. You know what I mean, okay? That, they've done a marvellous thing. Well, at the end of the day, this is nothing but a crock of effing shat, and ones need to wake up, isn't it?
Yeah, because...
To this damn silliness now.
What it was, right, when I was in hospital...
It is my delicious babies, and once again, I'm not shouting at yourself.
This little girl walked in the toilet.
Right? Oh, yeah.
And I just coming up the toilet.
Yeah.
And she was only about 8-9-year-old. And this was about 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, wait, this man came in.
Yeah.
But he dressed like
a woman. Yeah.
And I says to him, I didn't see the sign. I didn't.
No.
Didn't see the sign. I said, what you doing in here?
Yeah.
So he says, well, we can go. I said, no, you can't.
Yeah.
This is a woman toilet.
Yeah.
You go where you're supposed to go. The man toilet is next door.
Yeah.
He says, no, we're entitled to come in here. I said, no.
They're dirty paedophiles for a lot of them now.
So he says, what?
And that's not being nasty,
I
man,
said,
to
let me tell you
babies.
something.
You know, there's men who
Why?
just like to dress up.
So he bring the police in.
Yeah.
So I said, bring the police in.
Yeah.
Bring them. The police woman came in. She said, what's the problem? I said, listen, this little girl just come in here.
That's right.
And she's only 8-9-year-old.
And we've heard of assaults.
Right. No, supposing if I did leave her here
over these decades.
How do I don't know that he's abusing children?
That's right. And it's been well known. We've heard about it where the little Ben, bless, has gone into the toilet, totally innocent. Now, for myself, I wouldn't let ever. I wouldn't let my little babies go in the toilet on it. And you know what else I did? I checked the doors, you know, so you push the doors just to check.
If I'm going to toilet, I'm going to toilet with my child.
Sorry, excuse me, my delicious little babies.
At that age, I'm going them in the toilet with my child. When I told them, listen, you be out there, I come out.
Yeah.
You hear this little girl get raped.
Yeah.
And he come out feeling nice.
Yeah, because he's got an effing frock on.
Right, because he's wearing a skirt.
I mean, come on, how can you flipping be for real? Yeah. You've got a man with a flipping damn beard and flipping muscles, and he's wearing a flipping damn frock now. Right. Do you know what I mean? It's damn silliness, man. Rank.
He had makeup on. Right, he had makeup on, collar, and trust me.
Yeah.
He could pass as a woman.
Yeah, it's like the lady boys in Thailand.
But the trouble, you know what let him up? Let him down.
Yeah.
It was because of his legs.
Yeah.
He looked like a man, you know.
Yeah, with the men. So that's how you can tell. You see, our bodies are different to men's bodies, and that's the frame and everything. So you soon know when it is a man.
Yeah, because he bent down. I said, well, this is not a woman. This is a man.
Did he have a thong on? Thong. What year was that song? My delicious little babies.
That was 1998.
That song, Thong. Do you remember? Yeah. It was a whole rave and everybody was listening to it. Yeah.
Because everybody liked
that song. Yeah.
Yeah, that song.
Anyway, we're gonna finish our video now. So no, because I've got to do the cooking, haven't I, for us to eat? Because I'm feeling deliciously hungry, my little honey bunnies, and so is my dear little friend Cass. So we're going to have a nibble of some food. Okay, my delicious little babies are going to have our lunchy poos. Yes. Okay. So anyway, and my beautiful little Maisie Moo, do you want your chicky baby? Yeah, she wants a chicky. I made her some chicken and my beautiful little rib. She's already had her chicky. Yes. So yes, baby, you all right? You're hungry now? Are you hungry? Come on the camera. Come and say hello to all of our beautiful little our beautiful little subscribers and whoever's passing. My beautiful little Maisie Moo. Isn't she just so beautiful, everybody? This is my beautiful little Maisie Moo. She's about 13 now, bless her. She's so super duper and delicious. She's just so beautiful. Yeah, she's so beautiful. I love her.
So she's 50, yeah?
Yeah, she's so beautiful. She is. She's just such a beautiful.
To go by 7 years.
To put together. And my beautiful little Rube. You know, she's having a little snooze. Yeah.
How old is Rube?
She's 10 this year. Yeah, 10.
That's...
Yeah, she's nearly a decade. Bless her. Yeah. And we both have the same birthday. We both have the same birthday as well.
She's 70, I didn't know.
Yeah.
She's 70.
Yeah, she's 70 odd. Anyway, my delicious little babies. So we're going to go now, okay? So wherever you are in the world, I'll just put you down just a minute, baby, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming on the camera, because you haven't been on for so long, forever, my beautiful little Maisie Moo. Because we're beautiful little Ruby Tuesday. Well, she goes on the camera occasionally. Anyway, so wherever you are in the world, and thank you, my dear little friend Kaz, for joining in the conversations today. We've had a good old natter, you put the world to rights. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, this is nothing against men who dress up as women, and they are not, I have to point out, paedophiles. But you've got others where they are predators, and they deliberately prey, and they use these damn well silliness excuses now to do these dirty things. Anyway, so on that note, my delicious little babies, wherever you are in the world, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little beautifuls, okay? Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected. Please take care of yourselves now, and please try to take care of others, okay? Remember the Eagles, okay? And you just look after, okay? And how I love you so very much so, okay? Oh, and just one last thing. Somebody keeps dropping sponges everywhere, my delicious little babies. You know, a sponge here and a sponge there, okay? So until my next video, sorry, my delicious little babies, okay? Slightly stumbled there with the old sponges. They're always putting something down on the ground, my delicious little babies, okay? Could it be as well that maybe whoever is spying on myself, that maybe they are soaking information up just like a little sponge? Okay, my delicious little babies, so much love. Many blessings to you. Take care. Love ya. Goodbye.